Good morning. Beautiful, bright Pembrokeshire sunny morning with blue skies and tweeting birds. And in fact, if I go around really quickly, on the pond at the back you can see there's ducks. I think they're ducks. I don't know, still haven't got my book of birds. The bigger pond, yeah, that has see-through birds on it, don't worry about them. And then in the bottom field, moo! The outdoor cows are actually outdoors. And why wouldn't you be? No day's complete without Finger. And away we go. It's a bit later than usual today. A few bits holding us up this morning. Not bad though. Be interesting to see actually. We saw Tim this morning as a friend of ours. Let's see if he watches this, because he'll hear about himself now. Oh look, it started raining again. Oof. Right, I'm looking down on the big pond and there's like a little divider in the middle which nothing grew on. Ducks. I actually recognise those as ducks. They're ducks, aren't they? No egrets. I don't know where they are. Are they ducks as well? I think they are. Anyway, what you won't see out here is any cattle. You do see my finger though, every time. No cattle. So I'm assuming that they caught wind of the lovely new bale that we've put in for them, and they've decided to go for an afternoon munch. Let's go and have a look. Righty-ho. And what we got here, oh look at this. Happy cattle. They're all indoors. Having a lay down, so JCB's in the way and I don't want to disturb. I think it's wonky. I don't know, I don't want to disturb them though, so. But they're in, they're having dinner, they've thrown quite a bit on the floor because why not? Some pigeons in the field, probably can't see them. And they're all having a lay down on their hay and straw and bedding and whatever, innit? I should imagine if we look in here. Hello? There should be three of you. Oh yeah, there we are. Hello. Yeah. Where all the noise? I think they might all want something to eat, to be fair. Why not? It's a miserable afternoon. And back to the barren fields. Well, not barren, they're just empty. That's us all done, fed up. Well, the animals are fed up anyway. Fed up, bed up and done. Time to go home, have a nice shower, something to eat. And then watch some rugby game. Controversial this, being an Englishman living in Wales, but don't tell anyone, but I'll be cheering on for Wales. Anyway, we're out of here. Catch you tomorrow. Good morning on a bright and shiny morning in February. Just looking, you're never going to see it. There's something flying across that field over there. I think it's a kite. Anyway, this morning, everything's still wet. There's a little breeze, but it's not raining. These fellas have come out to say hello. They're not playing hide and seek this morning, which is a bonus because I really could do without having to go and look for them. On the big pond over the far side, there are small birds floating around. No sign of the egrets. There's some pigeons. There are pigeons, real country life. Slow down now. On the smaller ponds, there's little birds. Windy ripple things going across the surface. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go and start feeding. A bit more mucking out. TS15, 115 even. Just about fits in here. He's I think in the grand scheme of things, pretty bloody tight. When you're trying to clean out the shed, errant cattle coming in and helping doesn't help. What a pain in the backside they are. Anyhow, peg legs on the front loader there, he's getting in and out and taking piles out and tidying up a tree. Excellent job. And there we are, the outdoor cattle. Much improved living space for them. Fingers. They've got a lovely bale. That's like neat hay. That is fantastic. The stuff that have gone a little bit, not rotten, but just gone not so fresh. That's been chucked over there. They'll use that as bedding or chomp through it. Had a bit fall off the bale as I was bringing it in, so they're quite happy with that. Happy cows, yuppie dogs. Morning. Mixed day here. Rain clouds, blue skies. The cattle are out in the field like they should be, dangerously close to the edge, looking through into the forbidden field where they are inevitably going to go because I still haven't fixed the fence. Ponds. No. There is something on there, I can't see it really. Very small. And no egrets. Nothing really, just cows. There we are. Just put a new block in. Put this one by the gate rather than in at the back because one's over the back. They got some fresh straw to play with and they're also on that block over there. So, as you can see, a bit of friendly rivalry. That's what we like to call it. But Tiggy's in there on the left. Tiggy's on the block. Tiggy's been told off. There's Tiggy, there's Tuggy behind him. Barry just popped in, see if we can get anything. Obviously not, because they're on their milk. They have nuts over there, and I would imagine that's probably what he was after. He's up down in the other shed now, but Sunday afternoon, let's get these boys and girls fed up, bed up, and ready for their evening. As usual, the outdoor cattle not living up to their name. They're happy cattle, and that's what we care about, isn't it? Yeah, you're also nosy cattle, isn't it? You've got to come and have a look. Sniff. Then lick, yeah. So these guys over here are tucking into the lovely bale that we put in first thing this morning, and they didn't know about until they came back. Must be nice to come home to something like that. Quite handy, look. They're tidying up for me. A little bit that came off the bale when we popped it in earlier, and they been a bit sociable. I don't know if that's not Norman. Looks like Norma, and I can't remember 153's name. That is Norman, isn't it? Well, he's been having a sniff around the bucket, hasn't he, boy? These fellas over here are having a bit of a sniff and a dribble around that bucket. They're enjoying it. Fair play to them. Obviously, this is the thing with cattle. The bit of string I've put around there to tie it to the gate to stop them knocking it over is far more interesting than the actual contents of the bucket. Anyway, another day draws to a close. Let's have a look past the muck heap and see what's going on out in the field. There's a crow. What have we got? Two crows. Some blue skies. You can't imagine the chilliness of the air, but it is chilly, but it's not windy and it's not raining, so I'm not sure if that's a good sign. Quick look down the pond. It's very pondy. Equally pondy. I fancy that's probably it for today. New week tomorrow. We'll start fresh again and see where we go from here. I've got a feeling it'll involve feeding cattle, looking down there at what's happening in life general, and him and his mate dancing around tractors while I'm trying to drive them. Let's find out tomorrow. See you later. Good morning, and what a beautiful morning this is. Could do with more of this. We've got sunshine, blue skies, pigeons, outdoor cattle, which that's not good because that's outdoor cattle going next doors. I know what I'm doing today. Right. They're down there. I didn't anticipate I'm going to do that. There are. Pond, very pondy. Other pond, equally pondy. Right up there. Peg leg, cutting edges with a John Deere. Oh, passing birds. So, yeah, you can just see him up there cutting hedges. Good man. And other than that, nothing going on. I'll do a bit of feeding up because, as you can see, they're peckish, but where are they? That's going to be my priority. Yeah, not good. Right then, hooligans. I've heard your moans, I've heard your groans. Let's get your dinners done. Wow, breakfast. Balance that, climb that, feed that. And just like that, we have a feed-a-thon. Tucking into their breakfast. Life's good, isn't it? Life's easy. As we're in the field with the cattle today, there's their outdoor drinking facilities. They don't mind. Who have we got coming over here?
Come on. Come on.
Oh. So we've been down and investigated. There's a bit of fence down, so I guess we'll be doing that this morning. With the outdoor cattle, every last one of them is outdoors.
Yeah.
And I think they're enjoying a bit of the spring sunshine, even though it's still winter, don't worry about that. And bit out of breath. Ooh.
Is that wonky?
I don't know, I think it
I
is.
think it is, yeah.
They're, yeah, looking at the wonky head, I'm saying that's wonky. Wonky was the perpetrator of the Great Escape, so... But yeah, it is an opportunity. Hang on, I'm just going to go past Lisa's head. Opportunity to see the back end of the buildings we're normally in. So that their door over there is for the outdoor cows. So we're not doing their bales, just inside that door. And the shed with the peak roof in the middle, that's where the hay and the straw is stored. The sloping roof to the right is where our next door cows are. That's the secret operations centre in that peak roof building there. There we go. Quick repair, piece of old horsey hurdle jump thing. Tack the wire back in. That should keep them from going over there because we do not want to mix in with next door's cattle. That would be a disaster because I know that some of the bulls over there aren't castrated and the heifers here aren't either. So not a good day out. As we are this far down, why not? Let's have a look at the ponds. And what do you need when you go into the pond? A hammer. So, I said I'd come here one day and here it is. So this is the big pond. Somebody's doing shadow puppets. Oh, God alive, help me. Yeah, this is the big pond. That's the island in the middle. Somewhere down here in 2022, we buried 5 oak trees. Well,
Yeah.
planted 5 oak
Planted.
saplings. No idea where. I can't see them, so
I don't know if they survived.
not entirely sure. But if they were going to grow anywhere, they were going to grow here. So yeah, we got this lovely big pond. This is one that looks like a guitar, honestly, from the sky. And this was recently built, actually, only a couple of years ago, I think.
Yeah, like 22.
It works in conjunction. You can just see a little bit of pipe down there. So it drains, it fills, it runs just off a natural spring, really. There's nothing mechanical about it, is there? It's lovely. Look at that sky.
Lovely day.
It's not to be sniffed at.
Pond also, you can see like the
Oh, let's have a look. This is the, I'll zoom out a little bit. I am zoomed out. This is the smaller pond. The one on the left as we look at it from at the top perspective. There's the top. Yes. So down here, this is the old pond. This has been here a long time, actually. The island in the middle was a pond without an island. And yeah, as Lisa quite rightly says, there's quite a lot of life in this. There's a little pondweed and various bits of scum and amoeba floating around on the surface, but the cows seem to like it. I can see.
They go in it, don't they?
Yeah, and there are ducks around. There is a bigger pond still over there. I don't know if we're going to get over there because the groundwater, as we've been moaning about, or I have for a long time, it is fantastically ridiculous. Like, as soon as you go out in it, you know, we're talking, well, you can see by my welly, it's been literally up, halfway up there. But onwards and inwards, I think. So that water running there is literally just running down off the fields. We haven't had rain for 24 hours, really. This coming out at the end of the pipe is natural spring, and that's what feeds the big pond. You can see on the right over there, that's been lowered down slightly, and that's where it feeds through from this into the second one, which then stops it flooding. And this is the third pond. This one hasn't got an island. It's funny how memory gets to you, isn't it? Because I always imagined this or remembered it to be a lot bigger than it is. I'm not entirely sure what lives down here. Something does. Might be ducks.
I think the ducks are on there,
I think Lisa's found an egg.
I have.
Any nature people might know what one of these is. I'm not sure where you got that from, but fair play.
Well, you know, this is from the lesser spotted creme.
The Cadbury bird.
Yeah, the Cadbury.
And we're on the left side of that same pond. As we come round here, groundwater. Yeah, interesting bit of footage that was. I'll probably delete that. So round to the left side of the pond. This is where it's you know, literally breaks its own banks. It's full here. It's very, very wet. In fact, I'm not going to go any further because I can see it in the hoof prints. The cattle do love to come round here for some reason, probably just for the green grass.
Yeah.
But there's always one, isn't there?
There's always one.
Oh, look, sinking. But yeah, this is our like little farm nature reserve down here. It's a good couple of acres of just ponds.
Bloody aeroplane. You're disturbing my peace, sir.
Never can get that. I can't. Yeah, there it is. Look. Hey, that's not a pigeon. So yeah, this is our little nature reserve, nature corner. All sorts of wildlife down here in the summer. You can hear it screeching and tweeting and cawing, and it's lovely. So that concludes our whistle-stop tour of the bottom field, 3 ponds and some bits of Pembrokeshire. Our day can change. We just had a massive downpour and the temperature plummeted. Temperature plummeted and is about 3 degrees. Wind has started picking up. It's not very pleasant anymore. After our little excursion down there this morning, there is a duck on there somewhere, but can't see him at the moment. Anyway, everything's all fed, everything's got a bed, and I can't think of anything else that rhymes with that that's relevant, so I'm going to call it a day. Catch you tomorrow. Morning. Filthy, stinking, raining, wet, miserable morning. Just give these guys a new bail and they've come trundling in from the field. Surprisingly, given the weather, they're all out. Fair play. So yep, they've come in to tuck into this fresh bail. Can't blame them. We've just done the calves. They've had their morning milk. They're probably scratching around now looking for what else they can have. Oh yeah, nuts. They got some haylage, loads of straw, loads of bedding, keep them nice and warm. As you can see, the attack dogs, feral and vicious that they are. Yeah. Good afternoon. End of day. You can kind of see why nothing really got done today. We fed and done all the usual things we do, but I've been a bit hampered, to be honest with you. This is just becoming such a drag. I can't tell you if there's anything on the pond. You barely see the pond. All the outdoor cattle are indoors, all the indoor cattle bellowing for some unknown reason. And I don't know cattle psychology, so I can't do anything about it. They've got food, they've got warmth. I can't exactly go in there and hold their hoof, can I? So, yeah, another day without disaster, which is always a bonus. And let's see what tomorrow brings. Hopefully, something with a view. Catch up.